Welcome, Adventure. I'm GM Goblin on Goblin Plays, and this is Final Fantasy XIV. And if you saw one of my last videos where I talked about how the MSQ practically broke me, then I'm happy to report that it was worth it. Now, I've played a lot of different games over the years. I played a Guardian, along with many other classes, in Guild Wars 2 for a while, even posted some videos. And I liked it, but I didn't like the fact that there was no real tanking involved. If you saw my video for tanking in your 40s, then you'll know why. But it was nice, really kind of the paladin feel to it. This is the armor from my character from EverQuest 2. I played EverQuest 1, both of them, starting back in the 90s, and I was a tank. And then I've got my character right here, which is my Throne and Liberty, which is some of my other videos that I really started with for this channel. And it was all right. And I played, tank with it. It just doesn't have as much PvE tanking. Really, there's so much more content in, of course, Throne and Liberty. But it didn't give me the tanking experience. And so while I was looking at all the professions, or all the jobs, and there's a lot of them I can't even get access to until you're level 50, like the DK. And so the DK was what I settled on. And it was a long trip to get here. But as I showed in my video, being able to tank and having that big sword swinging kind of fantasy about it. On my Pathfinder channel, I just started playing Curse of the Crimson Throne. And I am a large, dark armor wearing great sword wielding tank. And so it's kind of just dipped into the whole fantasy here. The abilities, let's adjust that. The abilities are really, like I said, what got me into it. Not just the aspect of being the edgy, broody, dark, giant, great sword wielding, which is pretty awesome, tank, but the effects and the look of some of the abilities were all, that is pretty awesome. And the storyline is definitely something that I have enjoyed with the Dark Knight. Now, I haven't played all of them, of course. I've only got to dabble in the Warrior and some other stuff, but the Dark Knight has been really good. It scratches that itch for that dark fantasy character without you having to, be the bad guy. So you still get to be a hero. You still, although a little oblivious as the Warrior of Light, according to this guy. But it's pretty good. Thaumaturge, I went up. Warrior went up. Curious George, and having to do some of those things as you even get to like level 30 or so is just, some of them are odd and humorous. Dark Knight was pretty well written for what it is. What are those guys called? I can't stand these guys. Whatever these guys are. This was one of my problems going through the storyline. Oh my gosh. These guys going through the Dark Knight storyline or the storyline that you go to and stuff, I can't stand them. Every time I see them, I just know I'm going to have a bad time. I don't know why. I just don't like them. You may think they're cute. I don't know, but they're just not my cup of tea. And this is the one that I settled on, at least for my main tank. And I played around with some of the others, as I have shown. I am going to start playing Astrologian. I started playing my Thaumaturgist and got him up to 31 yesterday, just for fun, to be a Black Mage. And I figured I would play with this since casting is more restrictive before I went and had Astrologian, where people depend on me to keep them alive. I'm used to playing tank roles. For 20 years, plus years, I've played tank roles and healing roles in tons of MMOs. But the abilities being so cool, Blackest Night, being able to cast on others and on myself. And it is just the fact that everything looks so good. It does sometimes, especially when you're in a large pack of mobs get a little bit hard to see when you have all these effects going off. So sometimes I gotta raise my aerial view so that I can see and dodge the effects. But otherwise, I have enjoyed tanking. I've enjoyed the mechanics. And I have enjoyed the Dark Knight. And I can't wait to progress. I think I've got one more level. And I get my next ability, Blood Splitter. And so I will probably get up to 70 sometime in this next week. And we will see how cool all these abilities make for your Dark Knight. Because especially the Blackest Night is something that I hear people talk about constantly. And of course, I already got Salt of the Earth, which is fantastic, and it just improves. So either way, I think this is definitely a game for those of us that want to play different classes. Even though I love my Dark Knight, being able to swap on the fly compared to coming from a game like Throne and Liberty is definitely refreshing. This having the tanking ability, the feel, not feeling, even though I'm a tank, like I can't do anything else in the game because I can still deal damage. I can still run around. I haven't PvP'd much, so I don't know how DK's doing it. But either way, I have thoroughly enjoyed playing my DK, and I'm sure I'll give another video on how it progresses, and maybe one day, if I ever get through the MSQ to in-game content, we'll see how it actually plays before the 8.0 expansion. By the way, see you guys in a dungeon. Remember, like and subscribe to both channels, GM Goblin and Goblin Plays. Check me out on Twitch. Check the links below and join our Discord. And visit me over on Patreon for macros, GM tools, and extra content you find on GM Goblin.